lot of fun looking at birds, and I hope you were able to see a few different birds and maybe at least one bird that you could look at in a little bit more detail to get some great observations. If you struggled with that at all, I have also included a link to watch a hummingbird. Her name is Bella, and she is from Laverne, California. And Bella is on a live webcam. So I've included a safe YouTube link so that you can look at the live webcam, and you will hopefully, if Bella is in her nest or at a nearby feeder, you will be able to see Bella on the camera. So this is a live 24-hour-a-day webcam. You can go on and you can see what Bella the hummingbird is doing. And it's pretty interesting because Bella happens to be nesting, and she has already laid her second egg. So she is a very colorful, very beautiful looking bird. She's called a hummingbird, and you can watch her and see how she behaves and different things that she does. And it's actually pretty interesting if you want to check it out. So if you weren't able to see your own bird, you can always use Bella to do your observations. And if you did see your own bird, it's still pretty fun to check out the live webcam and just take a look at a hummingbird up close. It's pretty cool. So make sure you click on that link. I have also done my own sheet here of observations for a bird that I found. And the bird I found is called a robin. It is a local bird that you may have seen as well. And I wrote down a few things to describe my robin's appearance. The first thing is that this robin had a light yellowish bill. A bill is another word for beak. So a light yellowish beak. Does everyone remember what a beak is? Yeah, that is the mouth of the bird. So it comes right out from their face, on the front of their face, and that's how the bird eats. I also noticed that my robin had a rusty orange chest. So rusty orange, almost red type of chest. So the feathers that were on that front chest and belly on the robin were a rusty orange type of color, which was also pretty cool and colorful. The other feathers on the bird were a dark grayish black. So the rest of the bird, at least from what I saw, was a dark grayish black with quite a long dark tail. So I made note of all of those things in my first box here. The second part was habitat, and that's where the bird lives. So the bird that I saw was kind of out in a large park right by my house. So there was a lot of cut grass and some shrubs and flowers that were around. There was also a bit of a forest kind of on the edge of the park that I was at. So there were quite a few trees and a forest edge just nearby. There were also a lot of houses and people. So outside of the one part of the park that was on the forest edge, there were houses kind of all around the rest of the park. So there were quite a few houses and not a lot of people at the park while I was there, luckily, but there are a lot of people that live in that area. And my last box was, what did I notice? So I noticed that my robin was hopping on the grass. So it wasn't flying through the air, but it was actually right down on the grass and it was hopping along, which was pretty interesting to see. And this robin was looking for worms. So it was trying to eat earthworms in the ground. And it was just after some rain, so that probably helped bring those worms up to the surface of the dirt, and the robin could get them a little bit easier. I also noticed that there was more than one. So there were quite a few robins around in that area, a few other birds too, but definitely a lot of robins that all had the same great idea of looking for worms to eat. And I did a little bit of extra research on my robin. I put it into the computer and did a little bit of a Google search to try and learn a couple extra things about robins, and feel free to do that with your bird as well. But I found that they make nests from grass, twigs, and mud. So they collect those things from all over the place, bring them back to a tree, usually around 25 feet up in the air, and they build themselves a nest with grass and twigs, and then they use mud to hold it all together, which was pretty cool. The other thing I learned was that robins migrate south for the winter. So not all robins in this part of the world, because it doesn't get really, really cold, but for the most part, robins will migrate south in the winter time. So that's how they stay warm and they have lots of food available to them, and that's why we don't see very many around when it gets colder outside. Whereas now that it's getting warmer and there's lots of sunshine and rain, the robins are all coming back and getting ready to nest and lay their eggs. And if you've ever seen a robin's egg, it's actually a fairly bright color of blue, probably about this big, maybe the size of a coin from our financial literacy lessons, and they're a fairly bright blue size, which is also something that's pretty cool. So if you want to do any extra looking at birds, I have also uploaded some images from this field guide, and it's called A Field Guide to Birds of the Pacific Northwest. So you can open it up and there are a whole bunch of different pictures and images of birds that are all found around the area where we live. So it's very pretty to look at because there are a lot of very beautiful birds, and also for each bird it gives the common name and a little bit of information about the size, the type of year that it's around, and the type of habitat and where it likes to live. So there are a lot of different birds. I mean, this is a big pamphlet, so I had to scan a few different images to get them all in there, but you can feel free to take a look through it. And you can also view that live webcam of Bella, the hummingbird, just to get a closer look at a hummingbird, which is pretty fun. Thanks for looking at birds with me, everyone.